This podcast is made for you. Believe everything we say is true. 1722.
1722.
Welcome to the 1722 podcast, where we talk shit about everything and we don't take shit from nobody.
We don't take shit from nobody.
You're damn right.
We got a special guest in the house. First time ever on the podcast, Mr. Flash Mystic.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
He is a local legend. We're very excited to have him on the 1722 podcast.
Man, that's crazy that you say local legends. Just like I didn't even grow up around here. That's the part that trips me up, and I get so much love, so much courtesy up here. Just to kind of introduce who I am first.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's up, everybody? Flash Mystic, real name Alex Sherfield on Facebook, if that counts for anything. I'm a Bowling Green rapper, but I'm originally from Mayfield, Kentucky, far west Kentucky. It's all 270, so shout out to my people back home. Shout out to everybody watching this, and just be honored here to be part of the 1722 podcast for an episode. So it's just, support the brand, y'all. These guys are doing some good things.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Big words. Oh, man.
Let me be the first to say that we have jammed Bourbon Baron so much as 1722.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's full circle having you here at the moment.
Man, it's just crazy too, and I just released some new stuff also, so on the way, releasing a new EP. Newest member of Vibe Records, based out of Glasgow, Kentucky. Shout out to my team, shout out to the crew.
Oh, shout out Vibe.
Shout out Vibe Records.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Making big moves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Trying to, at least. That's all we can do at the moment.
Yeah. Do you enjoy being a rapper?
I love it.
Oh,
I really do. It was one of those things where when I was younger, I had so many phases. Everybody wanted to be an astronaut or a police officer or a construction worker or whatever. I was just I wanted to be a police officer, then switched to a broadcaster, then switched to a sports writer for the Tennessee Titans, and now I'm just you know what? In high school I was you know what? I want to be a rapper. I listen to rap so much.
Damn.
So it's just and somehow, some way I started doing it on my first year of college. I went to WKU back in 2010 to 2015, then came back, graduated in 2017. So it was just doing that and then adjusting from moving from Mayfield, which is the size of Russellville, size of Scottsville, whatnot, just small town Kentucky, to
yeah.
up here. So it's just a culture shock to me. I didn't even know this place existed until high school.
That's crazy.
No, it's no shots at the city or anything like that. It's just in far west Kentucky, for those who grew up in far west Kentucky, there's not that much. Paducah and Murray is just the bigger towns.
Yeah.
And if you want to go do something, it's either Nashville or St. Louis. So I never really had a reason to come out this way, except for doctor's appointments and stuff in Louisville. So,
yeah.
And it's just spread out. But now, ever since I left town, ventured the world, did my thing, got a car, drove, simple stuff. Pretty much. So, it's just man.
Say we've known you for a lot longer than you've been a rapper, because you remember Matthew and Jacob introduced us to you about 7 years ago, probably something like that.
Something
6 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a
It's
long time.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I originally met Matthew over at WKU. We did Habitat for Humanity stuff together. Then met Jacob. Then basically just met the whole crew one by one.
Yeah.
Man, so many good times.
Yeah. And then Tyus and you met at Jacob's wedding.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Shout out Jacob. That wedding was
a
great.
lot of connections.
Yes. Shout out Jacob. Shout out 127 Maine.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
so we
Oh,
just there
smooth
last
transition.
night.
We were just there last night.
How was it? Who was there?
Went and seen the Dreaded Laramie and A Modest Proposal. Both very good bands. It was a lot of fun.
We
Nice.
were a little late, so we did not see the opener. But sorry, we did not. Unfortunately, we didn't see him.
We didn't get off work till the show already started. So
Yeah, but
we were
what we
late.
did
But it
see
was
of the
fun.
rest of the bands, it was very, very good. Very
Shout
good.
out to them for letting us hang up a flyer there too to promote the podcast.
Yeah.
Man. We
For
got
those watching now, watch the episode of Jacob At 127.
Yeah, because
You
he
know,
was
spread
there.
the love.
We filmed it at
That's what I'm
127.
saying.
And
That's
it's
right.
definitely new and improved since then, so go
Yeah.
over there and check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
yeah, 127 Main in Morgantown, Kentucky.
Man, definitely got to make my way to over there. Like, me and Jacob been talking about performing. It's actually crazy that y'all was out last night, so was I. I was actually doing a show with Vibe Records, Money Train Association, and GB Too Good up in Glasgow at AJ's place last
hell yeah.
night. So it was pretty good. It turned into a benefit concert for my guy J-Mo, man. Just shout out to J-Mo Fossa. Stay healthy, bro. We all got you, bro. So it's just like recent events over the last couple days. So we just turned it from like a regular show to just like a benefit concert, just raising money, man, just for somebody that's really important to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
cool.
a good cause. Yeah.
Was it a good show?
Yeah, it was a good turnout.
Oh, yeah. And that's in Glasgow?
Yeah, Glasgow.
Oh, okay.
It's like off the square because you got AJ's place, then you got Yancey's Gastropub, and then Drinking Game, which is like, it's a cool place. It's like a bar, but also they have arcade games. So they got like the old school NBA Jam, old school Pac-Man. So hey, y'all gotta check that out. I think
Yeah,
y'all
we
love it.
do.
Like, it's really dope.
Oh yeah, I would love
Yeah.
that. Oh my
Man.
god.
And they actually got like a good menu too, like waffle tacos. Like literally, the tacos is like shredded beef and cheese and whatnot, and it's just on a waffle.
Oh
I
man,
have
that
never
sounds
heard of
Yeah.
it.
Bro,
That
it's
sounds good.
man, a fat kid's dream right there.
I'd try it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna be checking this place out whenever we go there.
It's called Drinking Game?
Yeah, Drinking Game.
Okay. Shout out Drinking Game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh man, I didn't know stuff like that exists around here. Cause like,
Yeah, we're missing out, I guess.
yeah, I mean, you've been around here for a while? Did you know anything like that exists?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't even know about Mayfield being the city until I met him, really.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, but if it makes you feel any better, like, other cities, I guess, like Elkton and stuff like that, like,
And that's the thing. It's
they
like
had to pop up on the radar for me to be like, oh,
We went to church for a little bit in Elkton, so like I knew about that. But yeah,
That's
there's a
the
lot
only
of
reason
places.
why I know small cities because of churches.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many places in Kentucky that I have no clue about.
shout out churches. So we all had the same thing, like being on a church bus, driving like an hour and a half after a service that was like, okay, service went from either 10 or 11 to such and such. Then you gotta have dinner. Then you gotta pack up and go to this small town, which is like an hour away from somewhere you never heard. Sturgis, Kentucky? Like, Crandon County, bro? Like, man.
That's what that's the cost of living in the Bible Belt, I guess. Is that
Yeah.
right there? Because
You gotta hang with your friends, that's the cool part.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still friends? Well, I guess we are friends with Jacob. We went to church with him.
Mhm.
But really, when you make friends in church, you don't typically stay friends when the age we are now.
Right.
And it really just depends, too.
Yeah.
Like, I knew several, like, mostly in Mayfield, it's family, so I kind of have no reason to say that I don't keep up with everybody because I got family, so
Okay,
went to
that
church
makes
with.
sense. Yeah. I don't think we have any family in other places in Kentucky. Which, by the way, if you haven't gathered by now, that this podcast is from Kentucky. It's from Bowling Green. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I was about to say, this is as much disclosure about the location as we have ever given. So
oh yeah, that's
there
true.
it is for them.
Well,
Yeah.
on the new flyer, it says the only comedy podcast in Bowling Green. So
That is a
people
fact.
know anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're just trying to put Bowling Green on the map.
Yeah, I had to. We finally
So
got
it's
this
Flash
flag.
Mystic. It's gonna be Flash Mystic and 1722.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what Bowling Green is known for, and Cage the Elephant, of course. But
Yes, Casey Elephant, Sleeper Agent,
Yeah.
Nappy Roots,
oh,
yeah.
true.
which, but that was what literally led me here to Bowling Green anyway, other than just WKU, but just the rich history and like music, and then John Carpenter for the Halloween series, also
Oh, yeah.
in Smith's
I
Grove.
forgot about that.
yeah, I did
That's
too.
crazy.
Holy shit! And then they say Johnny Depp's from Paducah, right?
Owensboro.
Owensboro. Yeah, that's right.
Fun fact: Bruce Willis's daughter was actually born in Paducah.
Really?
Yeah, Rumor
Holy
Willis.
shit.
Yeah, because Bruce was shooting a movie in Mayfield. It's called In Country. It's like this '90s movie about a guy that served in the military, and it's like it's not really a war movie by any chance, but it's a military movie. It's kind of pretty good. But anyway, they shot most of the movie in the neighborhood where my aunt used to live at.
No,
Damn.
So
that's
it was
sick.
dope, and pretty much Demi Moore was pregnant at the time, so they rushed them to Paducah, and that's where their daughter was born. So shout out to them.
Wow.
What's her name? Scout?
Rumor.
Okay.
Rumor.
Rumor.
What?
Like R-U-M-E-R, rumor.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Celebrities get to name their kids anything because they got the money. They don't give a fuck what happens.
No.
Like, yeah, we're gonna name it Toast just because.
Yeah.
You know, like
Toast. Like, I'm still stuck on Kanye West kids' names, like St. West, Northwest, Chicago West.
Yeah.
Chicago, I'm just like, if I ever being big, I'm naming my son Mayfield. I don't care. That is kind of like a motivation point right there.
No, I mean I get that. I guess you got that pride in you.
It's the ultimate tribute to your city, I guess.
Yeah, you put
a little
on for your
ridiculous.
city.
At some point, you need to just name one West, though.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta commit.
West and West.
Yeah.
Weston West. He sounds like a superhero.
And then one has to wonder, when is South coming along?
He did. That's what he said, didn't you?
No, he skipped South and went to Chicago.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
you got North and then Saint from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
North
yeah.
St. Chicago.
Saint, okay.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean,
So, yeah, where's East?
but yeah, Kanye
Sorry,
lately's just going. He's wild, right? He's crazy. Like something's been going on with him, so it doesn't. It adds up that he would have weird child names.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
It makes sense.
If
Someone
anyone
like
was
him
going to
would.
have crazy names.
Yeah. But at some point, like you said last night we were talking about, you kind of have to, sit back and look at the bigger picture, and there's something wrong with Kanye right now.
I don't even believe in prayer, and I'm about to start a hashtag, pray for Kanye.
Yeah.
The man needs some help.
Like, I'm not even a huge fan. Like, he deserves it all. He's been out there for a long, long time. But there's something going on, and he needs help.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I
and-
think there's legit something going
And
on.
people laugh, and they're like, "Oh man, it's funny as fuck." I'm like, "This isn't funny."
Yeah.
No, because
He's hurting.
Right, that's what I'm
You're right,
saying.
yeah.
Like,
Right, but ain't
there's
no different than any one of us, really, or anybody else. It's like,
Exactly.
money does not solve problems whatsoever. It just makes you aware that they got the same problems that you do.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've seen clips of his documentary, which I'm probably gonna get Netflix just to see it or whatever.
Oh, I'll definitely watch
I
that.
like how his mom was pretty
Yeah,
much
I
like
wanna watch it.
a strong motivator for him, and like how she was talking to him to get him on top and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe him losing Kim or whatever, and then not having his mom there could play a big part or whatever. Because I don't know, the way that she was talking to him in the little clips that I seen, I mean, everybody would want their mom to like motivate them like that. So
Yeah, shout out moms.
I'm not saying that his pain isn't valid. Like, the dude's obviously went through some shit. It's got to be terrible being that famous. We've all seen the Kanye paparazzi videos. It looks terrible.
Oh my god, man.
But there's also a better way to handle it, and especially when you got children, you got to really be careful, and the threats he makes and shit
Yes.
is going to put him in a real bad situation. Like,
Yeah.
someone needs to really set him aside and, like,
and now
be
he's
like,
got
hey,
a music video out there that really just
Yeah.
It really just
taking
proves
out.
it.
I
right.
seen him at a basketball game with his son, and he made his son dress just like him. And there's a photo with the kid just as like stone face, and he looks so pissed to be there. And Kanye's having the time of his life, and it's like, don't make your kid do this.
It just sounds funny.
Right.
You know, like, come
They're not
on,
gonna know
man.
this is the new Yeezy collection.
Music collection. No, I saw a meme earlier this week. It was like the boots that he had on. It was like the Fry Cook boots that SpongeBob had.
That is
He,
true.
it's like he'd be the one to wear them and make them. I mean,
Since we're on the topic of shoes, though, it's just like, what are y'all's ideal shoe qualities? Like, if it has to come from a celebrity or come from a brand or whatever the case.
well,
Arch support.
Arch
But say,
Dr.
ankle-
Scholl's.
say ankle support, I believe.
I mean, as a quite fat man, I definitely need comfort, so that's obvious. But
Me
I
too.
think for the look, I'll be 1,000% honest. I don't like a big the tongue or whatever, like the huge part on top.
Yeah.
I don't like that being huge. I can't stand that. When it like pops out and you
Yeah,
can't
I
even
get that.
put it like you can't put your pants over it.
Mhm.
I don't like that shit. I know that's like a style for some people, but for me, I can't do that. I like it when you can just stuff that in there.
Yeah. For me, if we're talking shoes, it's skate shoes and Nike high tops all day. Those are the ideal shoes for me.
I was about to say, I'm probably about the same, although I haven't worn a skate shoe in a long time. I mean, if I was ever going to wear a low top, it would be a skate shoe, like Vans and stuff. Like, I used to have, like, 7 pairs of them until I realized that I was spending too much money on them. Yeah.
Man, I bet
They used to be like $40. I don't know if they are
Oh, they're probably way
now.
more.
It was like $40
Well,
at
I think
Journeys
like
back
the
then.
basic ones are like 60 now, so it's not
Yeah.
that different.
But yeah, I used to go and get some every paycheck.
Man,
Living the life.
I used to have every single phase known to man. Like I kind of dress casual, sporty anyway, so it's always been like just Nike shoes, the Adidas and whatnot, the Air Forces, the Air Maxes, the Charles Barkleys. I've never owned a pair of Jordans in my life. Still don't know how, and now I just wear like Pumas and like really comfortable shoes. Which Puma has some really good shoes.
I don't think I've ever had a pair of Pumas.
They're pretty decent.
I had one.
Oh yeah, that's when you
They're
were
comfortable.
younger.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, they're actually pretty
Did you,
comfortable for the most part.
ever have a pair of Mark Echoes?
No, but I wanted one so
Oh
bad.
man, I used
Yeah,
to
I
love
did too.
those.
What about the Fat Farm shoes?
I wanted a pair of those.
I had to get a real one and a knockoff. I got the knockoff one first because, like, this is the point where your parents really don't pay attention to style as much as you believe they do. Like, this was 2004, 2005. Fat Farms were in just like clothes, shoes, whatever. And I was in middle school, so I was basically just like, I want some Fat Farms. I want some Fat Farms. I went to the store, got knockoffs, which, me being 12 at the time, I really didn't know the difference between real shoes and fake shoes, just like me, whatever. But having my parents there didn't help the situation any. They only liked it because of the color I picked out. Not knowing I went to school the next day after I got the shoes, they were like, man, you got some fake Fat Farms, don't you, Alex? Talk about brutally embarrassing. Since then, I was like, no more. That's it. That's the last damn time I'm buying some shoes. In here,
I
I'm
think you
just...
must have been on the other side or something. I don't know how they caught that.
Man, shout out to him, though. Me and him are still
Yeah.
cool to this day, though, man. Like, it's weird. Like, thanks, social media. Thank you.
It's weird. Like at that time, there's a lot of clothing, I guess, brands that aren't around. Like you guys remember Billabong?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's not around anymore. What is it? Fubu, right? Wasn't that
I
something?
mean,
like that?
used
You
to
know?
have
always
Fubu
assumed-
jerseys and shit.
So did I. Fubu jerseys, Fubu
Yeah.
shoes, pants.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's around
I
anymore.
used to have one of those FUBU football jerseys.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad pictures don't exist of that.
Yeah, same.
I wish I could put it up right here on the fucking podcast. Oh, I would love everyone to see that because that's gold.
Do they still do East Bay Magazine?
I haven't seen it in forever. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, these things don't exist because I don't see them.
But
But,
they
like,
probably
maybe
do.
they still make shit, and then it's just not popular anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe it's not on the main.
Like, the FUBU motherfucker's still on Shark Tank, so he's got to be super successful still, right?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
FUBU's
probably.
still got to be making money.
I bet like
But who
FUBU,
the hell is still wearing FUBU
like
now?
Germans,
Oh,
Japanese
yeah,
people,
maybe overseas it's even.
People,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but I said people might put their babies in that shit or something because it's cheap.
Well, other countries are
FUBU
usually like
onesie.
20 years behind, aren't they?
What?
They're like 20 years behind.
So
So maybe they just now are
Yeah.
getting into.
Well, I
that
think
kind
they
of
say that like India got grunge in like 2007.
2007?
Like they got it like real late.
Like Nirvana grunge?
Yeah, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam. Like so, like back in the 90s, apparently they were still listening to like the 40s music. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But
Dude, did you hear? Kurt Cobain passed away 15 years ago.
yeah, could you imagine? On this day, 2008, this guy found out for the first time.
What do you mean Chris Cornell's in another band?
Man, they're gonna be real bummed out in about 5 years when they find out what happened to Chris Cornell.
Man.
Oh man! Shout out Chris
Spoiler
Cornell.
alert, I guess.
I guess we'll know because then it'll be the same time they find out on TikTok too. Find out about TikTok.
Oh man, yeah. TikTok and Chris Cornell all in one day for India. That's gonna be a big day for them. Damn. Shout out India. We love you.
I get mistaken for your identity sometimes.
Man, same here. Same. No, it's because the eyes, the dark eyes, man. It's like, no, because all the times I was at Western, I was mistaken for several Saudi Arabian individuals. Like, it's just because also the beard too, like the eyes and the beard.
Yeah. I think for me, it was just like different color spots on my skin or some shit. Because I swear there was one summer where people just thought that for the longest time. But I ain't heard that since, though. It's kind of odd.
Have you
I
ever
got it
had,
in the wintertime.
have you ever had people call you
Actually,
something?
Austin just told you looked Indian in a photo that he took the other night.
That is true, but it's only because of the turban.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He had like this hat on, and it looks like he had a turban like twisted up. And I was like, "Wow!" Has anyone come up to you though? Because I find it hard to believe, and this would be like pure idiot, right? And they'd be like, "Are you Nigerian?"
No.
Okay, thank God.
I don't think just my face just gives them
The Nigerian
the go
vibe.
ahead to want to come up to
I
ask
have
me
to
that.
wonder, though, for both of you,
Yeah.
who is asking you if you guys are Indian? Only white people?
No.
No.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
Maybe
I
a
thought you had
couple.
to be like super white to think.
Okay, maybe a couple, but no.
Pearl necklace wearing white
Yeah,
people.
I was about to say if so, I can't remember, but
It was a small number
I don't
for
think
me
so.
though, so
Oh,
we'll just
okay.
leave it at that.
I mean, it's funny that we're talking about this because I found out, which I don't even know if they're Indian or not, but apparently we have listeners in Bangladesh.
Nice.
So, hey, shout out Bangladesh. We love you.
If you're, I ain't even gonna say it, but if that came up in the spelling bee, I could spell it.
Which, okay. How is it? How do you spell Bangladesh? Use it in a sentence?
I don't know if Bangladesh is a country or a city. Bangladesh.
Ooh.
Bangladesh.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're on
Use that in your next round.
now.
1722 spelling bee, ladies and gentlemen.
Once I'm ready, you can call me tomorrow and I'll do one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, though, how well do you think you three would do in a spelling bee? Genuinely.
Phenomenally.
Oh, okay. Spell it. No, I'm joking.
My problem would be being put on the spot. I know that for sure. But I am a pretty decent speller. I think I do okay.
So
I'm a pretty decent speller as well. It really just depends on the word they were going to throw at me.
like if they were like ostentatious.
Yeah.
That's a Ralph
Yeah,
May
I
special,
watched
right?
Shaquille and the Bee, and they was throwing out some crazy shit. had her studying the fucking dictionary.
Man, shout out to Keela and the Bee because Keke Palmer and Lawrence Fishburne killed that movie, man.
They did.
That is a great movie. I feel like every I guess coming of age child needs to watch that because you get a better appreciation for spelling bees.
Right.
Because at first you're kind of like, oh, it's dweeby. What the fuck is for nerds? But then after that you're like, not bad. Okay, I like it a little bit. It's kind of like a sport.
Speaking of coming of age, have y'all seen the new Disney movie Turning Red?
I want to, man.
It's actually, I think you would love it. It was actually pretty good. It reminds you of a coming of age thing, and it's set in 2002, so it's got a lot of nostalgia going on.
That's all you need to tell me.
Yeah, the plot line is about this. She's 12 or 13. She's in middle school. It's this middle school girl. She's of Chinese descent. It's set in Canada, so it's basically just like Toronto, and it's very a good movie for cultural purposes, but also it's a coming of age movie to where it's getting some backlash from some people, apparently, for the message of puberty, and it's okay for a girl watching and be like, hey, these are the feelings that you're going through. This exhibits all kinds of feelings of puberty and whatnot, liking boys. Yeah, so and she turns into a panda. That's all I'm gonna say. She turns into a panda
Once a month.
Oh, damn.
Like I said, y'all just got to watch the movie. Just watch the movie, y'all.
All jokes aside, I do want to watch
Yeah, no, it sounds real good.
It's pretty good.
I didn't know that's the plot, honestly, because all I've seen is article pictures of it, reviews. I haven't actually seen trailers or anything. But now that you say that, I may get Disney Plus back and watch that. Because there's a lot of stuff on Disney Plus that I'm like,
I still want to watch. What's the other two that came out that we haven't seen?
I want to see Encanto.
Encanto's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Madrigals.
Ooh, there you go.
Raya? Is that what it's called?
Ray of the Last Dragon or something.
That
like
was pretty good too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't see
it's
that
like
one.
kind of like the Asian heritage one, I guess.
Yeah.
Which they're both Asian, but I think that one's more like old time than you said. This one's 2002, so
Right.
yeah.
So they play on the nostalgia of
Yes.
2002?
Yeah, like boy bands and music and stuff.
That's like my favorite year.
I was about to say 2002 is the most underrated year of the 2000s in my
It
opinion.
really is.
People they're like, oh man, 2006, 2000. Well, obviously 2001. You know everything. Everyone knows what happened. You
I
know,
remember shit in 2001, which is kind of weird to me.
shout out
Good.
Shout out
Good.
9/11.
That's all I gotta say. Good.
6.
I was 9 in 2001, man. Like,
You were
It's-
9 for 9/11.
yes, I was born in
Damn.
'92. Like, I'll be 30 this year. It's crazy that I remember so many things.
I just turned 30. I
Nice.
was born in 92 as well.
Oh shit!
It's crazy that you remember things about like your childhood and like past years and whatnot, but you can't remember what you had for breakfast.
Right. Those memories, they just last.
Yes.
And it's weird how there's certain memories that you wouldn't think, like when you were a kid, you wouldn't think, oh, this memory's not going to last me forever.
Yeah, I think I remember my
Yeah.
first thunderstorm, to be honest with you.
Wow, that's oddly
Damn.
specific. In a good way, don't mean that negatively.
Yeah.
No, that's cool shit, though.
Yeah, your first thunderstorm. Damn.
It's just the house that we were living in, and I don't know why, but for some odd reason, we had the screen door, like we had our door open, but the screen door was still there or whatever, and I just stood there and I watched it for the longest time. And then I went out there with my toy and I sat there for a long minute before my mom came and grabbed me. So I think that's why I remember it being my first thunderstorm. But I definitely remember the first time I seen snow because we moved that day.
Oh, you had to move in the snow?
Yeah.
Oh, my
shit.
fucking
It was
God,
terrible.
man.
Man.
Yeah, we had to do that in Minnesota. And moving in the snow, like, right at the end of December is just...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like, I think it was like 5-6
Trying to
inches
move
falling.
heavy shit and you're slipping on ice.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
You go to lift it into the truck and then it slides out because of the ice. Fucking terrible.
We should write a comedy movie about a moving crew in Minnesota.
Oh, that'd be the funniest thing.
And
That
all
would
the
be
shots
dope.
are just like, we're just the worst movers ever. We're letting the ice take
And the
control and everything
voices in it,
slide
like,
down.
the characters would be hilarious because
Yeah.
you know, they're like, hey, can you handle my armoire? Or, like, that northern accent would be so fucking strong since Minnesotan.
Man,
Oh,
that'd
man.
be dope.
Yeah.
Put that in the classic list of like Midwest movies.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Shit, what's the best Midwest movie?
Ooh, that's tough. There's a lot of good ones.
Because Midwest is what, just so we're correct, it's like Chicago, Minnesota. Is Kentucky South or Midwest?
The same, both. We're just gonna call it both.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
say most people generalize it kind of.
So
in
that means
area.
that, like-
if they announce like a Midwest tour, Kentucky would probably be on the date.
So does
Yeah.
that mean like Missouri,
Yeah.
Yeah,
St. Louis and stuff? Okay. So there's a whole lot of movies then.
Right.
yeah.
Damn. Shit, that's real hard then. First one that came to mind for me was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, though. With Steve Martin.
Love it.
Midwest, you know, that one's a great one. Because they go home to, where is it? It's somewhere. Oh, it's Atlanta.
See, now here's the thing. What makes a Midwest movie specific?
To me, it's a...
Like, it
it's
has
a-
to be
it's a
shot
vibe.
in the Midwest and has to have that Midwest vibe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know how New York movies or shows have New York,
Right.
right? And then California has that California feel, like, oh, it's all glamour and
Well, then
plastic.
for me, having grown up in Minnesota, I'm going Mighty Ducks 1.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good one.
Because I grew up
Yeah.
seeing Diner or Mickey's Diner like every day on the way to drop my grandma off to work because she
Yeah.
worked downtown. So like seeing that in Mighty Ducks was just like the coolest shit ever as a kid.
Oh, man.
So I would say that probably.
What's part of Minnesota you're from?
A little bit of
Yeah,
everywhere.
we live several different
Like,
places.
I was born in Robbinsdale, which is not a very popular city up there, so it's kind of small. And then we lived in, Minneapolis? Lived in St. Paul.
I would say on average probably like 15, 20 minutes outside of like the Twin Cities area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
My uncle lives in Brooklyn Park, and then like
we lived in Brooklyn Park.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Then I know like a couple people that grew up in Brooklyn Park as well. Like basically they're like my brother and sister figures. Their whole family's from the Brooklyn Park area
Oh, great.
Damn, that's
too.
awesome.
So it's like
I love that city.
Yeah.
man, it's
Great.
crazy. Like, and I know like another person that's from Medina, I think as well.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
So it's like it's crazy to see like everybody from all over, especially Minnesota, just come to Kentucky for some reason.
Yeah.
It's really cool, especially
I
like Michigan.
see, like-
Michigan has a huge pipeline apparently to Kentucky.
Yeah. From Minnesota and Michigan, there's always people that I run into from here.
Yeah.
Like, even just driving, I see Minnesota plates all the time. It's
Mhm.
weird.
I really
don't
don't
know.
understand it. Like, I don't understand why there's like I guess a correlation
Yeah.
for Kentucky, Michigan, and Minnesota.
I guess
But-
they're turning into geese and flying south.
but I mean, shit, Kentucky's been getting some bad winters lately.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
now Minnesota style.
and then the tornado this year. Like, God, man.
Yeah.
Kentucky's been
The
getting
two
hit.
of them pretty much that was like 2 weeks apart from each other too.
Yeah.
Right, like both Mayfield, my hometown, and Bowling Green was impacted, which Mayfield was the most heavily impacted.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
Apparently, there was a tornado in E-Town last night. Didn't know about it, though.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
like it was in the E-Town, Louisville area too. Like I didn't know about it until like I was at work.
Mhm.
And you get like the little NWS alerts and be like, hey, there's a tornado in such and such county or such and such thing. Like, I'm a geography nut when it comes to Kentucky things anyway, so I can pinpoint each county and where they're at. But once I saw like Nelson, Hardin, and whatnot, I was like, man. And then I got a lot of people in Louisville, so I was just like, not to mention like the PTSD from like the tornado trauma too, just automatically makes you just start checking up on people like, hey, you good?
Mm-hmm.
You good? Just like that. So
Damn, I didn't know there was one last night either. Shit.
Yeah. It couldn't have been too bad because our dad lives in E-Town. And I just talked to him this morning on the phone. He didn't say a word about it. So
That's crazy.
I seen it on Facebook. It wasn't even from him. So,
Well, I guess that's good then.
yeah.
Shit.
So, it's, you know, as long as people aren't getting shit taken from them like it was here, that's what's important, I suppose.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
But definitely some PTSD about that tornadoes for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they've had...
Every time the wind picks up here, I'm always like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah, I mean, living in this thing, I'm always like, I mean, we pretty much just live in a can on the road. Like, anyone could kick this over.
Right.
You know, like, and I'm just waiting for one of those days, you know, God hope it doesn't happen. But after seeing all that and hearing all that, like, just down the road, I was like, oh, fuck. This is not going to be good.
Yeah.
So to all those people, you know, shout out. You deserve it. Never
Yeah,
forget.
I'd say this year was the first time I've ever really had to deal with one. So yeah, that shit was kind of insane, and it was like right next to my work too.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked a whole lot of shit up over there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were at work when it was happening.
Yeah,
It's just left work at that too.
The
So.
scariest part was like I was on break at the time, and I had went over to my buddy's house down the street to kick it over there for a minute, and I was sitting in my car and I heard the bell, so I'm sitting there for a minute. And I'm over here considering. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go back. I go back, and I swear to God, I clocked back in, and then our shit got knocked off. Scary as hell.
Damn.
I would have recorded it, but man, I was shook, bro. I ain't never been that stunned in my life to where like I really wasn't like scared, but I was just kind of standing there like, damn, bro, like this is the most crazy shit I've ever seen in my life, though.
It's like a war zone, dude. Like I got updates about Mayfield and stuff. Like when I was leaving work, like I had several people like texting me from like different places. They were like, "Oh, you okay, bro? I just heard about your hometown." Or like, "Dude, when I heard about Mayfield, you was like the first person I thought of." And I was like, "Wait, what?" I didn't even know about it until like after work. I got on scrolled on Facebook. It was just unbelievable. Like the north side of town was pretty much just hit, but from where I grew up originally in Mayfield, like it was only like 2 miles at the epicenter, so it could have went this way, but just bypass. Was like, man, as I'm talking about this right now, it's like several places I knew, businesses, people lost houses, family members, whatnot. So
Yeah, I was about to say I had a dude I went to school with that died in that first tornado before Christmas. That shit's crazy, man.
man, I lost a great aunt too, and then like a couple of my cousins, one lost her dad, one lost her son, and just man, shout out to them.
And I used to think I used to put it past I don't know. I used to think tornadoes just wouldn't hit Bowling Green because how I had lived so many years, and I'm like,
Right.
oh yeah, it hit anywhere else, but
Yeah,
here.
it's just one of
But
those
Right,
I
it's just
had
one of those
never-
things that you
I
really
had
don't
never seen
realize
it
until it
happen.
just happens.
But yeah, believe it or not, I swear, like he said, severe weather kind of just makes me nervous now, man. It's crazy.
As a kid, like, when we moved to Kentucky, and all the people here were like, "Oh, the storm, I'm scared of storms." I would always be like, "Why are you scared of storms? Nothing happens here." But then now I'm like, "Oh no, I get it. I get it."
Yeah.
Anytime I get real rainy and shit, or like real windy, I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like it anymore." I used to find it calming. Now my anxiety shoots through the fucking roof.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, rain doesn't really bother me. It's when the wind's picking up, you got the thunder, and like when all that shit's happening.
Well, yeah, for me, it's like a domino effect. Like, if I hear the wind, then I'm like, okay, here's the rain, there's the thunder, there's the tornado.
Yeah.
You know, like, it kind of all just, goes in one by one.
Right.
So that's why anytime it, really picks up for one of them, I'm like, oh, damn it, don't hit the other one. Please don't let that other one come in here.
And I know this is really seems like, I guess, like a somber topic. But I'll tell you the last crazy thing about that whole tornado story while I was at work. Because I didn't see a tornado coming or direction or whatever, but a lot of people outside that was eating it at Freddy's it that day or whatever, did or whatever. So I'm looking up in the sky or whatever, and I swear there was like these 8 little small clouds. They looked like commas or whatever, and they were pretty much like this or whatever. And then they was just drifting off. And before I could, because I was literally just trying to take it in because I had never seen that before. I hear people yelling, "Oh my God," and we had to run in. I run in, and next thing you know, rain just, it wasn't even raining a few seconds ago. I had a few seconds to run inside, I run inside, and it just starts raining. Then all of our lights got hit, and then you just hear shit getting thrown around, bro. Ah, man, what a crazy time. And that was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
That's the
exactly.
crazy part. Bro.
Yeah, I forgot about the New Year's Day one, too. This is like,
I was like,
man.
man, I don't know what the fuck to think.
Because we just woke up, too, and we just
Destruction.
like, man.
And people, I think the reason why that shit is so, which we don't have to keep talking about it because it is somber, it's a comedy podcast, so I get it. But I think the thing that is so scary about it is there's not shit you can do.
Right.
There's not a single
it's out of your
thing.
control. That's what makes it so.
Man, and I realized how sudden that shit is.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're not, obviously we don't live in a fantasy world with like monsters and Godzillas.
Right.
So having a tornado that's massive. So I can't even imagine people like tsunamis, hurricanes. Like I can't even imagine what they have to go through.
Even like
volcano.
Volcano.
Yeah. Oh my god,
man.
it's
that's
so fucking scary.
legitimately like the monsters of our world. So when it does do all this, it's like, well, I mean, we have no choice but to rebuild. It humbles you. Like if you're an asshole who's like rich, you got all this materialistic things. Tornado comes, destroys all your shit. Your perspective on life's going to be different after that.
I hope it is.
Yeah, it better be. It better be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Right.
it will for everyone, but
Right.
it should be at least.
Yeah, to kind of set things in perspective.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe those 15 jet skis weren't, important.
Right.
Yeah, but
You know.
out of all that, it was cool to see everybody in the city come together to
Yes.
get everybody's shit together.
Yeah,
so.
people were donating blood and donating wood and tools and people and, well, not people, but,
But we get cow people. I mean, they came from all over, so
yeah, that's true.
Denny's trucks and all that. I was like, man, I never thought a Denny's truck would ever come to Mayfield, Kentucky. I was humbled, but at the same time, I took that plate of food and just ate that shit. I'm like, it's Denny's. Denny's came to my hometown. It's like Christmas.
About the truck out.
Yeah,
That didn't
yeah.
even know existed.
Come
I gotta
on,
look that up.
first of all, I kind of gotta outshout Denny's because why isn't there more in Kentucky? There's
Oh,
used to
no,
be
there
so
used to be
many.
two here.
Yeah, no, what the fuck? You got rid of them.
Right.
And it better not be because of business, because I know as a kid or even as a teenager, that place was always packed with people.
There's two places that aren't here anymore that I hate that I never got to go to. One, since we're talking about restaurants, one was Shoney's. I never got to eat there.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I used to look at the commercials. I'm like, damn. So I hate that I missed out on that. And two was, I think it was called, what the fuck? Zap Zone?
Zapzone.
What the fuck? I
Sounds
don't think
like
that's a
some
food
weed.
place.
Zap
It sounds like a
No,
laser
Zap-
tag.
Well, yeah, that's not a restaurant.
Sounds like a
man.
laser tag.
But Zap Zone, I don't know what.
You
I
mean
think
Zaxby's?
No.
Oh.
It would be like across the street from Double Dogs.
Oh,
But I don't know if I got the name right.
I know exactly what
Do
you're
you
talking
remember what year this could be? That you remember?
It was definitely early 2000s. Probably went away in like.
Oh, never mind. I wasn't here right now.
I wasn't. Either.
Probably went away in like, I don't know, 2005.
Oh yeah, I wasn't in Bowling Green ever.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we may not have seen it.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's
But there's
But
actually
a lot
Shoney's
of kids my age rave about it and shit like that. I don't really know what was.
There is a Shoney's in E-Town.
in Glasgow too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so next. Hey, okay.
Hit up some
We
breakfast.
don't,
Yeah,
we don't
there
have
was
to.
that here.
We don't have to talk about wrestling, but for Mania, when we go out to my dad's, we'll go out to Shoney's for breakfast before the pay per view.
Awesome. I
Ooh,
cannot wait.
nice.
Yeah, we
They
could do
closed,
that.
they closed in 2004, but it was called Zap Zone, and yeah, it was like glow golf, laser tag, go karts, bumper carts, bowling, arcade, bounce house, and all kind of shit.
What
like
the
that.
fuck?
So I
Man.
was so pissed that I missed that.
Bro, that kind of reminds me of Millland. Mill Springs. Mill Springs up in Paducah. It was like a little amusement park, like somewhere in the city, and they had like amusement rides, like bumper cars, all that. It was just chill. And they closed in like the early 2000s.
I need to go to an amusement park because now sometimes Beach Bend starts to feel like nostalgia to me.
I've been to Beach Bend like twice.
Yeah, I only went for like my learning center programs and stuff. That's the only time I ever really went to Beach Bend. But I kind of enjoyed it.
The first and last time I go to Beach Bend is I got kicked off a fucking ride because I was too fat and I get kicked off in front of my crush. So fuck Beach Bend.
Their rides suck
shit.
anyway.
I got kicked off in front of the most beautiful girl in church. So yeah, hell no. No, that's I'm joking. But that story's true.
I
But
also
fuck
got
Beach Bend.
kicked off a roller coaster that day for being too fat. Even though that morning I rode the roller coaster 10 times, they switched the guy out that was running it, and he decided I was too fat for the ride.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how is like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I remember we got, I don't remember what the ride's called, not a Tilt-A-Whirl, but the ones where they go up and down and they spin, you know? Like you get in and it's like a
spinning
bar.
strawberries or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
those things.
I remember all of us, like even the skinny people,
Yeah.
all of us got stuck in it because the machine jammed. Like not because of fat, that
I
one.
was
That-
gonna say, I don't think fat controls that.
Yeah, that was all because the machine jammed, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, so I started losing my fucking mind. And I was like 12, 13. So like the guy's like, all right, we'll be all right. Like, we better be all right. If you don't get me out of here, I'm going to bust your fucking skull. Like, I'm losing it. And I'm threatening this like 45-year-old man. And he comes and gets me out first. He's like, okay, are you good now? And I was pressing up against the bar so bad, I had red bar marks imprinted on my fucking stomach. But yeah, Beach Bend, man. Shout out Beach Bend.
So, yeah, I definitely need to get some bumper cars and laser tag in my system.
I need it too.
And
They
I
still got
talking
that
on Southern Lane.
ride out there that was donated by Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's been a
For real?
long-standing rumor. I think it's true. I don't know which one it is, but they have a roller coaster from Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
Beach
Wow.
Bend does?
Yes.
Is it the
I've never heard about that.
what's the brown one? It's like the most legendary
The
Beach Bend.
Voyage, or is that Holiday World?
Oh shit, which one is that?
The Voyage is Holiday World.
Oh, okay.
What's the big ride at Beach Bend?
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like crickety?
It's the wooden roller
The
coaster.
Kentucky Rumbler? That's the biggest one they got.
Yeah, I
think
think,
that might,
yeah.
yeah, that one. It might be that one because that one's huge. It's been
Yeah,
around forever.
I don't know
I
if
brought
it's
that
either
shit
that
like
one or
twice when I
something
was scared,
else.
just
Like
'cause
that
I
was
don't
big.
That's
like
when I
that.
got kicked off of
Same.
after riding so many fucking times.
Well, it ain't
They
special.
Yeah,
You
no.
know what it is though? The fucking Golden Eagle at Beach Bend.
Did you ever go to
Yes,
Kentucky
it's fun.
Kingdom?
No, I wasn't.
Oh my god.
I did once. I did once in like 2006.
That's some real fucking fun there. I went there like twice when I was probably like 6 and like 9. Man,
I never even went to the Kentucky Caves
I didn't
or whatever the fuck they're
The
called.
caves are actually dope. I
Yeah, they
love
are
the
pretty
cave
cool,
system.
actually.
Yeah, I went to the. What is it, Matt? What's the thing with the rocks? I mean, you know, like they have that huge stream, and
Yeah.
you find.
Oh,
rocks
you were
and stuff.
mining for rocks?
Yeah, I don't know what that place
That's
was in
Up
Kentucky.
at Cave City, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I forgot what that place is called.
Shit, we need to go do some caves or something.
Yeah, no, shit. We'll do a vlog. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
do a Lost River Cave tour.
Oh,
Let's
hell
do it.
yeah!
That'd be dope. They got zip lining too.
We'll be the first podcast live from the cave.
Me and Jacob did that. Me, Jacob, and Matthew, and their sister we went with their dad when we were probably like 14, maybe 13, something like that, and he took us on the Lost River tour,
Oh man.
and it was one of the worst fucking days of my goddamn life. It was like 100 degrees outside, and you have to walk everywhere. You know, they're a whole skinny family.
Oh yeah,
There
they're
ain't nothing about
yeah,
me
they're
that's skinny.
tadpoles.
And they're like, it's not that bad out here. And I'm like drenched in fucking sweat. And then there's a part where they take you on the boat in the cave or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're approaching and they tell you like, all right, at this part, you've got to crouch down as low as you can. Otherwise, your head's going to be grazed by the cave. And like everyone else is like down low and they're perfectly fine. And I was, you know, even fatter
Yeah.
at that age. So like I'm like all my fat's like bunched up against my face, and everyone's like, "Oh, this isn't so bad." And the whole way through that fucking ride, the whole cave is just burning the top of the back of my head. I'm like,
Back
the
more.
whole time, just like Yeah, this isn't so bad. Are we almost done, guys?
Oh my god! I don't know how you didn't come back with like a mohawk of no hair.
Another thing I want to do too that I've never done is an aquarium.
What?
Bro, aquariums are dope.
You got to. Okay, so I got a question for
I'm
you.
a sucker for visuals now.
Yeah,
so
we
I
gotta
need
start
to-
making a lot of
If,
vlogs.
let's say not let's say, because we will. We take you to an aquarium. Actually, let's just make that a thing on like YouTube. Tyus Travels.
Oh,
Basically,
That would be
Yes,
dope.
yeah,
That would
let's
actually be
do
dope.
Yeah, Tyus Travels. It's all of us. We take him to the places he wants to go. We have him experience it. We film his reaction for the first time.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Sub series.
Coming
that'd
soon.
be fun.
TBA,
That would be
TBD, right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
First
my question
off,
is...
aquarium.
Yeah, so you already know.
Question is, which aquarium do y'all want to take them to?
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of good ones.
So there's a lot of them here. Would you...
Have you been to a planetarium?
I have.
Okay.
I think I went to the one on campus.
Those are pretty
a long
trippy.
time
Yeah,
ago.
same. We went to
Yeah,
that.
Murray State has one too, and also Land Between the Lakes.
Yeah, that's the one.
So
with the
planetariums, they were cool.
Yeah.
That's the one where, OG fans of the podcast will know the story about Paul.
Yeah.
It's from that fucking...
I got tons of ideas of things I ain't
Of
never
that
done
planetarium,
before,
that
you know what I'm saying?
motherfucker.
I ain't never seen a play before neither.
I just gotta ask though,
oh.
before we find anything else, if we go to an aquarium, would you be willing to touch the shit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say because as
If
you
I could, I'd ride a dolphin.
That's not an aquarium.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If I could, though.
You gotta go to a goddamn ocean.
You gotta go to Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be harder to make happen.
Yeah, we're going to go.
But you have my
It's like,
word.
yeah, I want
One
to.
day.
One day I'm going to ride a dolphin.
It's like I want to ride a whale. Well, I mean, sorry, bud, we can't do that one for you. But if
Pulling out the wish list right now.
I've touched a sand shark, the top of a stingray, an eel, starfish, so you
All
can.
from going to an aquarium.
Yeah, all from that. So that was why I was asking you, because I know you're also like Blake, and there's certain things you're like, yeah, I don't want to touch that. It's like, yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, maybe. 'Cause
Yeah, I
you've never
would.
done that shit.
Yeah. Just because
I
I've never been
touched
Yeah.
the sand shark or whatever, and it felt just like sandpaper, and I swore never again.
Yeah, it's whole. Have you? Yeah, it's weird. Like underwater, it's smooth.
Yeah.
You take it out of water, and you can't even move your hands because it's so
Yeah.
much grip. It's all sand.
Oh,
on it.
man.
It's
Like
wild.
the sandpaper sheets like they use at Freddy's to sharpen things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what the fuck
Yeah.
it feels like,
Oh,
and
man.
it tripped me the fuck out, and I'll
Yeah.
never touch it again.
So I am kind of a texture guy, but I don't think it'll bother me too much.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, especially if it's not like you're going to be doing it the entire day. It's like a little area that they have.
Right.
But yeah, science museums are fucking cool. I've only been to 2 plays. They're okay, I guess. I got kicked
science
out of my
museum?
first grade
I
play.
think we used to have this thing called Brims here. That was kind of like a science museum, I guess. Like, I don't know if I think it stood for science museum. They had a bike that you could get on or whatever, and they had like a light bulb attached to it. If you pedal fast enough, you could turn it
Oh
on.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Louisville has that
Yeah,
exact same
it was
setup.
beautiful.
That's what I was to say. I think we went to the one in Louisville. Did you have these? What is
Yeah,
it?
they
The,
have a
elec-
really nice science museum.
the electric ball. You got to touch it, and your hair like whoop, or your hair on your arms. All that shit stands up.
We used to have people that bring shit like that in our classes when I was in school. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know kind of what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Then.
Well, either
Yeah.
way, I haven't been to one since I was little. I'd love to experience
Yeah.
one as a kid, so we should go.
As anyone, actually, I guess people probably don't know, but I'm a huge sucker for any sort of museum. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's boring." I've ate that shit up even as a kid. Like, I don't like politics, but to me, museums are just interesting as fuck. So even if there's one here that none of you have went to, I will gladly go to that.
Yeah, I went to this huge ass. I don't even remember what the fuck it was, but it was a huge ass. Like it had like 2 floors. It was a huge history museum in Atlanta. Man,
Oh, which one was it?
I can't really remember. I was like in the 4th grade, and I know that was like the educational part of our trip. We was all
Yeah.
worried about like laser tag and shit like
Right.
that.
Like-
but I did take in that it had 2 floors, so I was like, that's kind of crazy to have that much shit in here. But
In Atlanta, when we took our trip for a trio program Upper Bound, we went to Martin Luther King's site. We went to Stone Mountain, and then also, like, for the educational part, we probably went to that museum, Coca-Cola Museum, which is trippy.
oh man,
Love the Coca-Cola Museum.
I would love to go there.
Is it true that you get a bottle of Coke at the end?
Yes. I don't know how they do it now, but apparently they have, like, all the flavors in the world. that came from the place. And it's just like different stuff. Like you got the Dr. Peppers, you got the Coke products and whatnot, and then just like some stuff from overseas. Like there was this one that tastes like cotton candy, then another one was kind of like, if I had to equate it to candy, it was like Spanish candy, the hot Spanish candy. I
hot
forgot
tamales?
what it's called.
Like that? What right?
No, not hot tamales, but the more authentic one. It was like, I forgot what it's called, but you can get it at like a Spanish market. It's like the real spicy candy. Like they made a drink out of that.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, they got like bacon drinks overseas. They got like, pea drink, like, the vegetable pea, broccoli drinks, all that. So, I mean, I think America's just like, no, we just want the sweet ones, and then all the other stuff we'll save for overseas. Because, like, you can only get vegetable pop or juices, well, not juices, but, vegetable pop like he's talking about, in those type of specialties places.
Right.
It's wild.
That would be so much fun. Where's that at?
In Atlanta, the
okay.
Coca-Cola Museum. It's the bottling plant, and then they have a museum.
Gotcha.
So I went to see a Braves game there too, but man, I hate baseball.
Yeah, I went to a Twins and Pirates game as a kid, and that was the last one I'll go to.
I just
don't
love
like it.
experience. Like, I don't really care what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If it's like, if I'm doing something new that I haven't done, or I'm doing something that I normally wouldn't be doing in my day-to-day boring-ass life, then I appreciate it. Like, I don't like baseball really either, but going to, like, see the Twins growing up and shit was cool.
Like, I don't like baseball. Obviously, we said that, but I go to a Hot Rod game.
I said, we were sitting and it felt like we should have been watching the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, like, I'm a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan, so I'm basically the only one out of this whole group that's actually a baseball guy, but I just want to, know, why is baseball so boring to people? Like, I get that it's a long game. It's like 3 to 4 hours, but the parks have a lot of stuff to do. Like, there's a lot of bars, and there's, like, I know the one in Nashville for the Sounds. Like, I know they're rebuilding the stadium, I think, but they had, like, a putt-putt golf course and then, like, a few bar areas and then just, like, chill stuff. Like, same setup at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Like, it was, like, cornhole, and there was, like, a laser tag place, like, right down the street up in Baseball Village. So, it's like there's a lot of stuff to do. I think I've
seen one that was kind of like that in Columbus. I'm not sure if they have a team or not, but it was a baseball stadium. There was a whole bunch of cool shit, like, down the road from it. Definitely a bar, like, right across from Nationwide Arena. I thought that shit was pretty cool. I wish, like, I love Bowling Green and everything like that, but man, I just wish we had cool shit like that, like an actual, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have the Hot Rod Stadium, but a major league team.
No, I'm saying let's travel. Nashville's not that far.
Yeah, Nashville's got a really good minor league
Titans
community.
Game. We've never been to a hockey game. We want to do that. Let's go to a hockey game.
For real?
Yeah.
Y'all love the Predators games there, actually.
And my favorite team, sorry to anyone here, but my favorite team's the Wild, and they play the Preds, so...
Yeah, Central Division.
I went ice skating, but yeah, I've never seen a hockey game.
Yeah.
So we should make that
You have fun. You have to wear a jacket, because it is cold in a hockey arena, that's for sure.
Yeah.
At least when we went to the minors in Minnesota, it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been, like, to XL Energy Center and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even when the ice was set up, like, I remember before the Wild became a team,
Yeah.
one of our, like, field trips for school or whatever was to go to the XL Energy Center, and the ice was set up, but the team hadn't actually played yet, so we got to see everything, and it was freezing cold in there. But I've never actually got to see, like, on ice action.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Y'all would love that for real. Like, especially up in, I actually want to do, like, a stadium tour or whatnot, so I do want to go to XL Energy Center one day, just, like, see a Wild game. Like, I've already been to countless Preds games. Next on the list is, like, St. Louis, then Columbus. Worst case scenario, D.C.? Washington, D.C.?
Yeah. Because we just got back from Washington, well, sometime last year.
Well, not DC, though.
Well, no, I know, but I was just saying, like, so... Even there, seeing that they have, like, a team, you know?
Yeah.
And that they have big stuff to do. Like, back to Tyus's point, like he was saying, I also wish that Bowling Green had, like,
No, I agree.
a big thing. You know?
There's a different vibe to big city living.
Oh,
Like,
it's entirely
when
different.
you have, like, these stadiums and these huge skyscrapers and shit, it's just...
And I mean,
it's
I know our city's kind of trying to do the same thing because, I mean, we left Raw or whatever, and as soon as you leave the arena, there's a bar right across the street, a tiki bar, and that's where everybody went right after.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, you just, I don't know, just seems more lively there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Big city living is the livest thing ever.
It really is.
There's, it's nice driving, like you're on an open road, listen to music with your friends, sure. But taking a walk after something, after an event you've done or, something you went to, and then you just take a walk in the city.
I mean, in my opinion, even if you're
got
not a part of the
waterfalls,
event,
big ass buildings, a gym, like right down the street, like it's just different.
Right.
Even if we seen let's say we didn't go to the Predators game, but they just won, and we didn't want to go to the game, but we just wanted to go to the bars, it's still going to be just as lively
and
whether you're at the game or not.
You'll see fights and shit, I'm sure.
Right, and it's pretty dope because we did that for the Predators Stanley Cup run because tickets were just through the roof. So pretty much me, which I took my mom and dad that summer, we all just went downtown and basically we was away from the watch party. Same with the NFL draft that was in Nashville. It was even though downtown and Lower Broadway was just so compacted, you still walked up a little bit and there was still something going on at this restaurant, at this bar. Yeah. It was just something.
Right. Speaking of that, when does the NFL season start? I'm probably going to get crucified for that one, but I'm an NBA guy. I was just asking because SummerSlam is in the Nissan Stadium and I haven't seen a Titans game either, so that'd be the first time we'd be in there, but when does the football season start, though?
August.
August, damn. Mm-hmm. So that'd be right after.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a Nissan this year?
Wait. Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's in July.
When you go and see
Man, that'd be dope.
When you see it, they'll have the Titans jerseys hanging up and they'll have all.
Oh, you've been in there before?
No, but every stadium.
I've never seen the Titans play, but I went there for BuzzFest in 2010, so I've been in the state. It's it's more of a outdoor stadium.
It's not
it doesn't have a dome. It's not closed in or anything.
They are trying to get a new stadium in Nashville in the next 5 years. They are building up a proposal right now, but they also just had the Predators and the Lightning played an outdoor classic last month. So it was very well received.
Beautiful.
It was so beautiful watching it.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that. I obviously don't have the stuff to watch the full game, but the clips, awesome.
Yeah, SummerSlam, I can't. Having been there, it doesn't feel like it's big enough for SummerSlam to me. But
also you have to think we're in a post-COVID world, so the days of having an actual 100,000 people are probably long gone.
Well, I mean,
probably.
How they do their shows in stadiums is kind of weird too.
Yeah, exactly.
Although they probably added. I mean, I went 12 years ago, so I'm sure that it's probably bigger now.
You're probably not going to want to buy a beer there. Beer's probably going to be $18.
No, we already talked about that. I'm gonna be good to go while we're waiting in line.
Bring that flask.
Hey, that flask will get you every time.
Actually,
also, in college football games too, because the line for the beer line is just so long, especially if you're a Big Ten stadium or SEC or ACC, whatever. It's their drinking ordinances are kind of lax, but hey, you can sink anything in one of those bad boys.
So you know what you talking? I'm even thinking about a flask.
Yeah, I mean they got flasks at Walmart. They got flasks at even hardware stores has fucking those big ass flasks.
Hey,
you can ask Blake.
Flask. I'm sure they got one.
I say we got a pen pass.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? A flask can get passed.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be wild.
I forgot that.
I'll never forget it because I was like, oh shit, the security guard's looking at us.
Yeah.
Well, what's sad is that I kept my mask on, so anytime I'd inhale the pen, it would go. Smoke would just fucking go everywhere.
And I gave it to Brady, just blew smoke straight out. I'm like, bro, we on live TV.
I bet Brett was probably just man, I'm gonna fuck.
He said, oh shit.
Shit.
He wasn't the only ones. He was hard.
Yeah.
At my first WWE event, the house show we went to,
yeah,
I was playing a real risky game. I was young and stupid. I was smoking cigarettes in the bathroom.
Oh, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you this liar. That means that when you told Dad and I that you and Tuck were oh yeah, we went outside to smoke a cigarette. These motherfuckers.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us back in, so we're like, okay, no one's in the bathroom.
Oh,
and we just I swear we smoked one in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I definitely went by beer
down the toilet
and
went back to the
I know them lines are going to be crazy.
Man.
But it's just every time I went to the bathroom, they had beer kiosks literally all around the fucking all around the fucking arena. So I was like, shit, I might as well.
So it's gonna be open seating at the WrestleMania event in Nissan Stadium this year.
Nah, I think.
Or are they gonna do like part of the stadium and then just?
I think now they just. I guess you get the ticket or whatever, and then they give you a seat, open seating. I don't know.
It's probably just like AEW. It's assigned seating, I'm sure.
Yeah, like you would have to get the tickets before you go to the event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then if there's any there when you get there, maybe you could buy, but I highly doubt it. Not in
I know there's going to be people
I
that
wouldn't
be
even
trying
want
to
to attempt to buy one there.
Yeah.
With those fucking lines and shit.
I was about to say, I already know we're going to see that. Like,
Yeah.
somebody going to try to either be selling tickets or somebody going to walk up there thinking they're going to get one.
Scalpers.
Man.
Yeah. Scalpers, I fucking hate them.
But either way, we got a lot of things,
Yeah, it's it.
A
I
lot
think
of
for
vlogs coming.
SummerSlam or some of these, all these big events, you're going to need to put one of those leashes on me so I don't like get lost. Because those things, I get worried at big fucking stadiums. I can't handle it. I'll tell you one thing. I 1,000% will be buying a pack of cigarettes for that event. I don't smoke all the time, but for something like that, I'm going to need it because it's going to be stressful. Even right now, I'm like, I got something. Got something going on that day. I think I may go into work even though they're closed.
Well, he needs to get out of here. I know he can't stay real long.
Yeah.
We normally end it with a phone call, but I say we could probably just skip it this time because I know he's got to go get his wife.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We can
So I think that's fair.
make an executive decision.
So, make sure you like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
We got
YouTube,
TikTok.
Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating on everything. Make sure you check out Flash Mystic and all his music.
Oh yeah, do you want to do any plugs?
Yes, sir. Flash Mystic. My music is on SoundCloud.com/FlashMystic270. Just YouTube Vibe, YouTube J Mufasa, Esco, K-Swag. We got the Kentucky Fried Ciphers that's been popping for almost 2 years now. So just shout out everybody that's been a part of it. Twitter, Flash Mystic 1, TikTok, Flash Mystic 270. I'm trying to get my TikTok game up, so just follow it. So
Yeah,
these
that's
are
what
the
we're all
plugs I
doing,
got.
right? You gotta try that TikTok game now. That's what everyone wants.
It's like I got an account and I actually post on there, but I need to be more active. That's the worst thing. Like I used to be
Yes.
big into Vine when Vine first came out. Even though it's kind of the same, but it's like different. But it's like
Yeah.
I'm still trying to teach myself how to use TikTok more.
Right.
And I'm just like trying to market more. So
Yeah, I get it. 100%. Same. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's so easy to do stuff on Facebook and Twitter. Like I did it for years, but TikTok, it's like it's not really that overwhelming. It's just you're gonna have to be like more involved and like actually post more stuff and just be more creative. So I'm trying to get that on the ball.
Yeah, you gotta stay on top of it. It's so hard.
Yeah.
I'm not good at any of the social media shit. I let them handle most of that. It's not my strong suit. I'm the first to admit that.
That's fine. You know, we appreciate everybody. Leave us a review and check us out. Check him out, Flash Mystic.
All right. Also, Vibe. Shout out Jay Mufasa, Esco, JP Rampage, Debo, K Swag, Magic, Zip, just
The whole vibe
the
squad.
whole crew. Man. Just 270.
Put on.
And remember,
Don't take shit from nobody.